everyone. Welcome back to 31 Days of Yoga for Mental Health. I'm Daria, and this is day 29, Reflect. Often in our yoga practice, we'll take time at the end of class or in the middle of class to stop and feel and to reflect on the effects of the breath and the movement on our bodies and our minds. We don't always go back further though. We don't always stop to reflect on a more long-term experience or more sustained progress. So that's what today's practice is all about. All you'll need today is yourself and a space to move, and when you're ready, let's get into it. We'll begin today in child's pose. So make your way to the back of your mat, bring big toes to touch, let knees fall open wide, and then make your way all the way forward so your forehead can come down to connect with your mat. And right away, just drop. Let your body feel a little heavier, a little more grounded, and begin to deepen your breath. Inhale from the very base of your spine all the way up along the back line of your body to the crown of your head. Exhale on a sigh. Drop in a little more. Continue deepening your breath. Take clearing breaths or whatever you need to feel a little more settled, a little more like you've arrived to your practice and to this space. And then when you're ready, begin to turn on your Ujjayi breath, breathing deeply and fully with oceanic sound. Let the breath be like a warm bath for your whole body, permeating all of the spaces and touching every fiber of your body. Notice how everything's feeling today. Take a scan of your body and your mind to ask yourself what's going on. And then use your breath to communicate, to soften spaces that feel tight or tense. And let go of holding and feel safer and cozier and warmer. And throughout today's practice, we'll be moving through all poses that we've done before in this series. So lots of familiarity. And this will allow you to reflect on the progress that you've made on this journey, whether you've been with it the whole time for all of the days leading up to this one, or if you've dropped in here and there, either way. Tuning into subtle or not so subtle steps in your own practice is the focus today. So turn your awareness a little more inward and allow yourself really to celebrate all the new opening, all the new awareness, and all of the hard work that you've done for yourself. And slowly begin to press into your palms and make your way up to tabletop. Claw into all 10 of your fingers. Spread them really wide so the surface area of the palms expands, and it's like the tissues of your hands are getting bigger, are growing, and are melding into the earth. Tuck your toes behind you and slide your hips all the way up and back to downward facing dog, pressing down and forward through your palms all the way there. Let the back of your legs lengthen as your inner thighs spiral to face the back wall. And see if you can just imagine your heels melting down closer to the mat. Lengthen your side bodies, let the back of your neck be long. Inhale, look forward to the space between your palms. And exhale, step your feet up right behind your wrists for ragdoll. Fold from your hips and drape. Notice here if you feel like there's been a difference from maybe the very first day that you did this in this series, or even the first time you ever did this pose in your yoga practice. Notice if there's more drop, if there's more give, if there's more allowance in your body and your mind to surrender to gravity. You can sway your hips a little side to side, like your torso is waving in the breeze. Shake your head no, nod your head yes to relax the back of your neck. And take one last exhale here to decompress and drop and fold even more. Ground your fingertips down to the earth. Draw your feet together to touch. Toes are together, heels a sliver of space away. And then slowly roll all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time, stacking on to the next. And finally, your head will rise. Lift and spread all 10 of your toes and slowly lower them down one at a time back to the mat. Press more firmly into your big toes and your pinky toes, so it's as if the 3 toes in the middle could actually lift away from the mat, like they're just hovering. And it's okay if they're not actually, but keeping that intention will allow you to elevate the arches of your feet and really tone through the soles of the feet. From this grounded space, inhale, reach out and up for Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms go up overhead, float your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Exhale, dive it down for forward fold. Butt goes back, heart goes forward, and melt. Inhale, halfway lift. Shift weight more into your toes as you grow your spine out in 2 directions, forward and back. Exhale, ground your fingertips down, step your left toes back and lower down to your left knee. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale to rise for kneeling warrior. Exhale, reground your fingertips and just step it forward, fold. Left foot comes down next to your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep out and up overhead. Exhale, dive it down. Halfway lift to grow. Exhale, fingertips come down. Right toes go long and back behind you. Lower right knee down. Squeeze everything toward the central column. Reach fingertips up overhead. Remind yourself that the fingertips can float. They don't need to be tense. Exhale, reground. Fingertips in front of left foot and step all the way forward. Right foot comes down next to left. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Dive down. Halfway lift to grow. Exhale, fingertips plant, left toes lower, left knee lowers. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, launch it forward, left foot steps down next to right and you fold. Halfway lift, grow your spine. Exhale, fold inward. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, grow. Exhale, fingers plant. This time the right toes go long and back, right knee lowers, inner thighs squeeze together and rise up as the hips melt down and forward, kneeling warrior. Exhale, fingertips come down, right foot steps up next to the left, fold from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time through this sequence. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, dive down as we flow. Notice if your body is making adjustments for you, if you already know where to go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your fingertips and step your left toes back, lower left knee. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fingertips plant, left foot steps forward, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, dive down expansively, lead with your heart. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant fingertips, right toes come down and back, right knee lowers. Inhale, rise, kneeling warrior. Exhale, fingertips plant, launch forward into the left foot so the right foot can step down next to it and fold. One more halfway lift to neutralize the spine. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Good. Notice in this forward fold how the back line of your legs is feeling today. You can bend into one knee and then the other. Really stretching out. And remember the first time in a forward fold, how far forward were you able to fold? And how much progress have you made on that journey? And maybe it's subtle, maybe it's super incremental little baby steps, or maybe it's more dramatic. And whatever it is, feel into that new opening and exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Sink weight back into your heels. Zip up your core and reach fingertips to float overhead. Shoulders slide down away from your ears. Toes are light and floaty. Exhale, draw your palms to meet at your heart. And inhale, shift the torso a little forward. Exhale for prayer twist. Revolve your left elbow to the outside of your right leg. With each inhale, grow longer from the core of your pelvis through the crown of your head. And with each exhale, revolve left ribs toward right. See if you can get the palms out of the right armpit and closer towards your sternum as you keep your knees right in line. So neither should be jutting more in front of the other. They're right in line. Good. Inhale, rise up all the way to stand Tadasana. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Halfway lift, grow. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your palms, step or float back to high plank and lower down halfway, elbows into your rib cage. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press away from your mat. Open your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step right foot to right thumb down between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Keep left heel hovering over left ball of your foot as the fingertips float up overhead. Exhale, open arm twist. Grow long from left fingertips to right fingertips. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, again, revolve left ribs toward right ribs and take your gaze over right fingers. Inhale, sweep your right arm down and around and reach the fingers up for high lunge. Exhale, left palm plants, right fingers reach high for an easy twist. Open through the heart, get buoyant through left elbow, and maybe cactus the right arm. Send your left heel back and grow more forward through the roof of your mouth. Keep the sides of your neck long. Good, and then swirl it all the way around and forward. Turn all of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Bend into the right knee for Skandasana. Sink the hips down. Maybe the palms come to meet at your heart or fingertips stay connected to the earth. Take one breath here from the base of your spine. Inhale all the way up to the crown of your head. Exhale, melt the hips down a little closer to the earth. Big transition. Launch into warrior two, bending into the left leg. Arms reach out wide in both directions and sink your tailbone down as you anchor through the knife edge of your right foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left fingertips reach up and back. Exhale, cartwheel all the way down to frame your left foot and flow chaturanga. You can take ekapada if you like. Option for knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or maybe cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Belly pulls towards spine as you lift in and up. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step up to the new top of your mat and fold forward. Halfway lift, grow your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink weight into your heels, ripple fingertips up overhead. Check in with the ribs. If they're flaring, see if you can pull the lowest set of ribs together and down as the hips melt closer towards your heels. Draw your palms to meet at your heart. Shift your torso a little forward and exhale for prayer twist. This time, the right elbow comes to the outside of the left leg and use it as leverage, not with force, but just to encourage the twist. Sit your hips back even more. Zip your belly button to your spine. And maybe you can bring even the right eye all the way up to the ceiling. Good. Inhale, press down, drive down into your heels and your toes as fingertips reach up Tadasana. Exhale, dive it down and fold. Halfway lift to grow. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your palms, step or jump, and flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel reaches high. Exhale, low lunge, left foot steps toward left thumb. Draw your knee into your chest all the way down. Inhale, high lunge, root down through the feet to rise up with the fingertips. Drop shoulders away from ears and melt. And then exhale, open it up for an open arm twist. Left fingertips reach back, right fingertips reach forward. So twisting open to face the front leg, the bent leg, which is the left one right here. Good. Inhale, sweep your left arm down and around and then all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, easy twist. Take right palm down and left arm reaches up high. You can heel toe your left foot out a little more to the side of your mat if that feels good, if you want to get a little more opening into the hip. And really imagine that the base of your heart is pumping up toward the sky. Good. On your next exhale, sweep your left arm down and around and forward. Bend into the left knee to roll into Skandasana, facing the long edge of your mat, the side of your mat, and then melt the hips. Maybe the palms come to meet at your heart, or they stay grounded. Involve the toes of your left foot here to hold you stable, and imagine that left foot and right heel are pulling together. Good. Maybe with fingertips connected to the earth or not, bend into the right knee and like a fountain, just burst out into warrior two toward the initial top of your mat. So right knee is bent, anchoring down through the outside of the left foot. Tailbone is dropped and sinking, both hips even. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in your right knee as your right fingertips reach all the way up and back behind you, further than you think you can go. And then cartwheel down to frame right foot, chaturanga flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We'll flow through this sequence one more time only, connecting breath to movement. So with that rhythm, that pace, and I encourage you to just ride the rhythm of your own breath. Notice all the times that your body knows the adjustment, maybe before I cue to it. All of the muscle memory and the mind-body connected awareness, that shorthand between body and mind and breath that we've been developing so intentionally. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, grow. Exhale, fold inward. Inhale, chair pose, sink back into the heels, fingertips reach up overhead. Exhale, prayer twist, palms meet at your heart, and then take left elbow to the outside of right leg. Grow long through your spine, send your butt back and the roof of your mouth forward, and then twist. Left ribs toward right. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand Tadasana. Drive your heels into your mat and ripple up through your whole body. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant palms, step or jump. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together and rise up, high lunge. Exhale, open up for a twist. Right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Inhale, charge down through right big toe to rise back up, high lunge. Exhale, left palm plants, right fingertips reach up, easy twist. And then open your heart up toward the ceiling. Inhale, reach fingertips all the way forward on a journey towards your right foot. And then spin to face the long edge of your mat, bend into right knee for Skandasana, palms come to meet at your heart. Inhale, energetically launch into your left leg, bend at the knee for warrior two, and sink and melt. And then inhale, reverse the warrior. Left fingertips reach high, all the way up and back. Exhale, chaturanga, cartwheel down to frame the left foot, flow, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel up to the top, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale for chair. Sink back and reach up. Exhale, prayer twist. Palms meet at your heart. Right elbow to outside of left leg. And open it up. Belly button pulls back toward your spine like they're magnetized as you twist. Inhale, drive your toes and your heels into the earth to rise fingertips up. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Halfway lift, grow. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your palms and step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, high lunge, root down through the feet to rise up with stability. Exhale, open it up toward the front leg. So left fingertips go back, right fingertips go forward. And then inhale, sweep left hand all the way down and around. And then back up, high lunge. Exhale, right palm comes down, left fingertips lift. Inhale to grow, exhale to twist the heart a little more open. Revolve all the way to face the long edge of your mat, bend into the left knee, Skandasana, pull right heel toward left foot in order to float your fingers, your hands up from the mat and into prayer maybe. And then launch Into the right foot, bend at the knee. Exhale, warrior two, reach out long through fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior, lift it up and back. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way down. And flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Sink your knees down to your mat, gently, sweetly, simply, and then lower your heels back to sit on your, or lower your hips back to sit on your heels. Turn your palms to face up, close your eyes, and drop into stillness to feel. Taking the time to stop and feel into the effects of the breath, the movement, and the intentional awareness on our bodies and our minds is such an important place to sit and to steep and to absorb, to help reinforce all of our efforts and tuning into the more long-term sustained impact of all of these efforts, all of this movement that we've done is a helpful reminder of how significant this practice can be and how greatly it can affect our lives both on and off the mat. And tune into whatever you're feeling right here, any sensations, any emotions, any thoughts. Allowing everything with patience, with compassion, and curiosity. Blink your eyes open. Reground your palms in front of you. Tuck your toes and lift your hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Draw your right shin to the front of your mat and slowly lower all the way down. Crawl your left toes back until the left knee can connect with your mat. Set yourself up with square hips by pulling your feet toward each other together. Puff up through your heart, really grow, and then begin to melt forward. And feel into each piece of opening on your way down, maybe to elbows. Elbows can be on blocks, or you can bring something under your forehead for support, maybe the thumbs if the palms are in prayer. And deepen your breath. And let the breath be sweet and healing, soothing, clearing. Send attention and awareness to the spaces that feel like they need a little extra love today. And this process of reflection allows us to have patience with ourselves. Sometimes we might feel frustrated if we don't see the payoff of our efforts right away, if we don't see the outcome that we expect. But when we take the time to go back and really notice the little steps and little bits of progress that we've made, sometimes it's not even tangible. It's not measurable in the way that we might have expected it to be. It might just even be a feeling, a little degree of difference that makes all the difference. As you stay and breathe for 2 more rounds, soften your jaw, soften your scalp, and let your hips melt even more. Slowly press your way back up onto fingertips, palms, crawl back toward the midline of your body. Tuck your left toes behind you, plant the hands, and then pick your right foot all the way up and back to downward facing dog. You can take a little counter stretch if you like, any little swivels of the hips to allow you to settle. And then when you're ready, inhale to reach the left leg up high. Exhale, slide it through, half pigeon, left shin to the top of your mat. Glide your right toes back. Square the hips by pulling your feet toward each other. Grow the back of your heart forward And then slowly lower down, fold forward. And stay with your deep breath, and we'll just stay here in silence on this side. Go a little more internally and feel into all that you have experienced, all the thoughts, all the movement, all the growth over the last month, whether with this series, with this yoga practice or not. Stay for one more round of breath. And then press into your palms. Walk the hands back in towards your hips. Tuck right toes behind you and lift it up and back to downward facing dog. Again, taking any counter action, counter stretch, counter movement that feels good. And gently lower down to your knees and make your way all the way down to lie on your back. Press the tops of your feet down and slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Try to keep big toes connected all the way down as you roll. Draw both of your knees into your chest. You can roll at the base of your spine. And we'll take happy baby. Grab for the outer edges of both of your feet and draw your knees into your chest. Try to connect the whole spine down to your mat, or if it's not, just intend it there. Maybe bring a little smile to your face. You can play with stretching out one leg and then the other. And then when you're ready, curl into a little teeny tight ball, drawing shoulder blades away from the mat so you can wrap your forearms around your shins and give yourself a big hug. Inhale. Exhale, drop. Savasana. Spread out wide and melt into stillness as quickly as possible so the transition from movement to rest is seamless, effortless. And again, allow your breath to be like a full body bath. So maybe it feels like warm water traveling through the whole system, or warm air. And let this soothing, warming breath allow you to feel calm, head to toe. Allow this space right here to be like an inner sanctuary, this space inside of you that you have the power to return to anytime. And let your thoughts just slip in and out. Notice them as they come up, but even if you tried to hold on to them, you couldn't. They're like slippery. Soften your face, soften any other spaces that are still holding on, and totally melt into the very core of the earth. Begin to deepen your breath and connect to whatever sensation is moving through your body. Could be tingly or like pulsing or swirling. And let the breath reanimate your whole body as you breathe more deeply into your chest, your collarbones, every corner of your body. Infuse it with sweet breath. And then start to move from the outside in, from the very far reaches of your body, fingers and toes. Wake back up. And maybe you take a long body stretch, reaching arms back behind you to grow out in both directions. And then let that reach carry you onto one side or the other for one final drop into fetal pose. Completely surrender. Give your whole body into gravity. And press into your palms. Keep the eyes closed, or maybe the gaze is soft. And set up a spacious foundation in your seat with sitting bones grounded and the crown of the head lifting up into the sky. Draw your palms to meet at your heart. Take a moment to acknowledge yourself. All the work, all the effort, all the play, all the new awareness, and ultimately receptiveness, openness, patience, and compassion. And draw your thumbs up to the space between your eyebrows and sweetly bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today and for taking the time to reflect either on this series or on something else going on in your life. It's really powerful to acknowledge and to be proud of what you've achieved, all of your efforts, all of your hard work, and all of your heart. I hope you're feeling good, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.